Hey everyone, welcome to another video where I am continuing to explore the different papers from Hahnemuehle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm testing out their selection paper pad, which has unfortunately only 12 of their larger range of watercolor papers. So I'm in the market to buy some full sheets, hopefully, of really good watercolor paper, and I am trying to figure out which paper works best for me. I like Hahnemuehle papers because they are made in Germany, so relatively local to me in Austria, and all of their papers are vegan. The other brand that I'm considering is the Fabriano Artistico. I really enjoy their papers, and they're definitely another option that I am considering. So in the first video, I tested the first two papers in the paper pad, which were both 200 GSM papers, so kind of lighter weight than the, I don't know, traditional, I would say, or most recommended weight of 300 GSM. I didn't really like them, I didn't really enjoy them, and today I'm testing the 300 GSM. The first one is the cold pressed, and then the second one will be the rough. Since painting this, I've moved on to the next papers in the pad, which are the Turner and the Cézanne papers that are both cotton, and yeah, what a difference. I mean, this paper was the one I'm currently working on. It's, you know, it's a nice paper. I can't say that it's like bad. It's nice. It's nice to kind of paint with. I think definitely for like color studies and sketches, I would definitely consider using it, because I don't want to, I kind of, you know, I wish I could paint all the time on 100% cotton, but I really don't think it's necessary for me. And yeah, I can definitely do with some non-cotton paper for a lot of, yeah, just the playtime paintings. Now I have to say, I really like how this turned out. The inspiration were just some flowers in my mother-in-law's house. I asked Ella when she went there to visit that she would take some photos for me, and she did. And yeah, I was just thinking about those photos as I was painting it. I didn't actually have a reference photo next to me, but that's kind of how I'm really enjoying painting lately, just from my head. So I just want to say, I think the purpose of this series is, yes, to test the papers, but also just to play around with different products. And you see what I have here on the right is my summer palette. You can see a whole video dedicated to all the colors that I have there. If you pay close attention, you might notice that since that video, I have added a few more colors. I decided to just go all out. I looked through my collection of watercolor tubes, and I found a couple more watercolors that are more kind of the pastel opaque kind of thing from Holbein, and I decided this was a really great opportunity to use them, because I bought them years ago and barely used them because I was more in that transparent watercolor phase. But now I'm embracing all degrees of opacity, and no tube of watercolor is left, you know, unseen. So that's the palette. And then on the left side, I have these Derwent tinted charcoal pencils, which I have continued to use since I bought them. There's a swatching video for that as well. I'm really enjoying them. They are really fun. There's just something about the way that kind of charcoal lays down on the paper. I don't know, that like scratchy experience. I really like them. I like also the colors. I think Derwent did a good job with this set. I know there's a 24 set as well, but I think I'm good with this. I don't know, I have to check if my local store carries them open stock. I know they carry their like drawing pencils open stock, so maybe there are a few more colors that I would like to add. But yeah, they're very enjoyable. And then at the top I have their charcoal extra large blocks, which I also enjoy. If you saw my videos, I just dip my wet brush in them like they're a watercolor pen, and it works really well, and you don't get the mess if that's something that kind of deters you from using charcoal or this particular product. You can use it just with a brush, and then it's really zero mess. That cap that I have there next to my water container is the Derivan like liquid pencil, I think it's called, in sepia. And it's also a really, really fun product. And now what I'm doing is I'm just scraping some pencil onto my painting. And that's something I learned from Shirley Trevena, from her books. And it really creates a beautiful effect. And I think that's, at the end of the day, you know, even if this particular paper is not my perfect watercolor paper, and it's not, I think, like, I feel that I need also such papers that are good quality, not like the best, but quite affordable, to play around. Because knowing myself, I mean, maybe you're the kind of person that can, you know, you have no problem to buy only the best watercolor paper and use it for everything. I'm not. And when I pull out my best paper, I kind of just want to make, you know, good use out of it. So I feel like I do need some inferior papers to feel freer about ruining them. And I think for this purpose, I really enjoyed this particular paper. I enjoyed it more than I did the rough paper. Yeah, I think that's all the products that I'm using here. I have that mint container on the top right corner of the screen with just a selection of papers. Oh, now I'm showing myself and you that this is paper number 4 in the selection pack. So what I did with that mint container is I have a lot of art supplies, if you didn't realize that by now. I have like all the pencils and all the different kinds of, you know, watercolor pencils and intense pencils and graphite tint and just regular coloring pencils. And what happens at the end of the day is that I don't use them as much. So what I did here, I went through like all my pencils and just grabbed a few colors that I really like and that I feel work well with my summer palette. And this way I'm getting a lot more use out of them. And they're also kind of a reminder of what I have. So if I'm grabbing, let's say, this watercolor pencil that I'm using right now, I know I have more watercolor pencils. If I am searching for a color that is not in that mint container, I can just go to the other pencils container. But this is such a great reminder of all the different products and pencils that I have. And yeah, just making me use them more. So this is the rough paper. I thought we would try something different since I've been kind of doing the same thing for the first 3 papers. And you saw I just wetted the paper a little bit and then I dropped in some of the Schmincke Aqua drop paints, which are, yeah, they're fun to play with. You saw how that thing spreads. I mean, that's fun stuff. I don't know. What I really like about just my, you know, regular palette, it's so easy to use. I don't need to pull out and open bottles. I know it sounds maybe stupid or lazy, but yeah, that's how I roll. Oh, isn't that pretty? So that is indigo, also from the Aqua drop paints. And that's me thinking what color I want to use because I want to use another color. Oh, then I decided, okay, I'll try to use this Schmincke granulating spray, which is basically alcohol. Like, don't waste your money buying this, my personal opinion. You can use just alcohol. Yeah, so I thought I just wanted to do something different, and this paper can take it. You know, it has a good weight to it. It is like good quality, but there's something about using a paper that you really love that just kind of lifts the whole process of painting to the next level of enjoyment. Now, I won't say that this wasn't fun. This was a lot of fun. And if someone like gifted me a pack of this paper or the cold press one, I would absolutely use it and enjoy it. And I might pick up at some point. It's just, for me, this is like the type of paper, if I see it on a good sale, I would absolutely buy it. If the price is right, I would absolutely buy it. But I can't say that, you know, go out and hunt for it or search for it because it's that good. I mean, it's nice. But also, you know, it could be that it's the perfect paper for you if you do something like, I don't know, stamping and watercoloring for cards or something like that. It might be a great paper for you. It really depends on the techniques that you use and your personal preferences. Yeah, okay, so time to pull out the sword brush because that's always fun. And I was thinking I want to add another color, and I decided to go with turquoise because turquoise is opposite this kind of red on the color wheel. And I think they just really make each other pop. But yeah, this is just not the way that I usually approach my paintings, but it was a fun experiment. I did enjoy sketching those petals with my pencil. I used a watercolor pencil from Caran D'ache, which I've said in the past. I think they're fantastic. And yeah, if you want the best watercolor pencil out there, my personal opinion from the ones that I've tried, I haven't tried them all. Yeah, the Caran D'ache are pretty much right up at the top there, and they have a price tag to show for it. But, you know, you can get a lot of mileage using a pencil. So yeah, I kind of felt, okay, that's enough with this one. And then I went back to the first one, which I really enjoyed. I kind of like everything about it. I like the composition, the colors. And I'm just adding now some pencil sketchy lines, which is currently one of my favorite things to do, and I think a great way to add detail without having to really layer kind of more and more watercolor layers, which I find personally, for me, that's how it works for me. It might work differently for you. Sometimes it just gets too heavy-handed looking, overworked, that sort of thing. Now I'm going back in with the tinted charcoal pencils. I think I went for like this teal, muted teal color. So fun. I really enjoyed it. Again, there's just something about the way that charcoal and charcoal pencils move on the page. If you use charcoal, I hope you know what I mean, that I find very enjoyable and a little bit different than other pencils. So I am really happy about this set. I'm really enjoying it. I will leave you all the links below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. I think it's more about just playing than, you know, really testing these Hahnemuehle papers. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.